What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Jaollie. You feel me? And today, got another reaction video. You know what I'm saying? Reacted to Food Theory, the apple juice conspiracy. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Now, me personally, I love apple juice. Apple juice over orange juice. But I like oranges more than apples. You know what I'm saying? Like, a little weird in that situation. But you know what I'm saying? But apple juice, top 3 drinks. Man. Okay, bro. If you ain't got apple juice in your top 3, then your taste buds fucked up. I don't know what to tell you, man. You need to get that figured out. Let's get into it.
This is apple juice, but so is this, and yes, even this. Turns out, many of your favorite fruit juice and smoothie brands are nothing more than glorified apple juice with fancy labels. But the more I looked into why this was the case, the more I realized that actually the entire juice industry was rotten to its core. Hello, Internet! Welcome to Food Theory, the show that knows the juice is always worth the squeeze. Or is it? Because I just learned something horrifying about the world of juice. I recently stumbled upon an old Twitter thread where a user showed that buying juice at your local grocery store gives you merely the illusion of choice. For example, take this bottle of Naked Strawberry and Banana Smoothie. What would you guess is the #1 ingredient in this drink? Strawberry? Banana? Congratulations, you're wrong! Turns out, this strawberry and banana smoothie is 45% apple juice. And it's not just Naked. Another brand, Innocent, has their Berry Set Go juice that is, get this, 82% apple juice. My guy, apples aren't even berries. It's not like a tomato is a fruit botanically thing. No. Apples are not berries in any category. Regardless of the brand, regardless of what kind of fruit juice or smoothie it claimed to be.
This just shows how goated apple juice is. So goated, other drinks gotta put it in. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are they talking about, bro?
One of, if
proves
not
the fact it's
the
goated.
top ingredient, always ends up being apple juice. That's crazy. And so, as the dedicated food theorist I am, I have to get to the bottom of why we're being lied to about something as simple as what's in our juices. But the more I wormed my way into this issue, the more I realized that this goes way deeper than a little apple juice. We've been lied to about juice our entire lives. Get your juicers ready, loyal theorists, as we press the issue at the heart of the apple juice conspiracy. Right after you press that subscribe button. Let's start peeling away at this conspiracy by starting with the main question. Why are apple juice companies reaching for apple juice for their berry juices instead of, berries? The short answer is apples are one of the most harvested fruits in the entire world, third only to bananas and watermelons. Each year, we produce around 100 million metric tons of apples. To put that into perspective, that amount of apples is 17 times heavier than the Great Pyramid of Giza. That makes sense, considering the fact that your standard-sized apple tree can produce around 10 to 20 bushels, or around 450 to 900 pounds of apples per year. And since apples can basically be grown in any temperate climate around the world, we basically are never at a shortage of apples, even during the quote-unquote off-season. While typical apple harvesting happens in August to November, thanks to specifically designed facilities that precisely control temperature and gases, some apples can be stored for months or even up to a year before heading to the grocery store. And speaking of grocery stores, this summer is extra hot where I live, which means one thing: poolside barbecue, baby! And listen, I've been having a lot of fun cooking with our sponsor for today's video. Talk about Beyond Meat, which is a reason some people I know are still favorite has been making. Lying to you, the clean ingredients here. Seriously, try the stir fry. You won't regret it. Now let's chug right along with apple juice. We have so many apples available to us that they don't all end up in your grandmother's pie. Only around a third of apples, at least in the US, are sold.
I have a question. Do the apple colors taste different to you? To me, they taste all the same. Like, I don't really taste the difference between a red, yellow, or green apple at all. They all taste the same to me. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
As fresh apples. A whopping 52% of apples we produce goes into making what? You guessed it, juice. That comes out to around 2 gallons of juice per person. We're practically swimming in the stuff. Apples are also just so easy to juice, not having a hard pit or shell to deal with. And you can get around a third of a glass of juice out of every apple. Don't get me wrong, a lot of this is also true about oranges, another juice common in smoothies, but I'll save you the comparison. There's literally a saying that warns against that. All kidding aside though, the point is clear. Apples and apple juice are plentiful and therefore make them one of the cheapest fruits you can make juice out of. Therefore, in order to save costs, juice companies will splice in mostly apple juice and then smaller amounts of the more expensive fruits to keep costs of the overall product low. But that really only explains half the equation. Sure, apples are cheap, so it makes sense why juice manufacturers would want to sub in apple juice wherever they could, but it doesn't tell me why it works. I mean, think about it. Apple juice is probably one of the most recognizable flavors, maybe ever. I can just say apple juice and most of you watching can probably taste it on your tongues. Fun fact, I never liked it, never been a fan. But how are they managing to drip feed us this apple juice under our noses without us noticing? As it turns out, when it comes to taste, us humans are kind of dumb. Of the 5 main senses, you could argue that taste is the weakest of them all by far. Humans have just 10,000 taste buds on our tongues, but that pales in comparison to cows who have 2.5 times that amount, or catfish who have up to 175,000 taste buds strewn across their whole body. Humans are also only able to detect just the 5 primary tastes: sweet, sour, bitter, salty, and umami. Meanwhile, cats and dogs can taste umami. Rats can taste starch, and insects, they can taste just about anything, even using their legs and antennae. And not only is human taste incredibly mid, it's also easily fooled. Plug your nose while eating your favorite snack, and all of a sudden, it tastes bleh. Or plug your nose while eating something extremely spicy and suddenly you can tolerate it. We actually learned this in a previous episode we did, and it was fascinating. But our eyes can trick us even more. There's a professor from the University of College London that put it simply: if you feed people vanilla yogurt but color it blue, people will taste blueberries. If you give people the same wine but color one glass red, then the red glass will taste of chocolate, berries, etc., and the white wine will taste of citrus and floral notes. It's why Sam I Am won't eat those green eggs and ham. Put a picture of mixed berries in front of a juice that's mostly apples, and people will choose to taste the berries. But that means if you're not careful, then you could be chugging a naked green machine boosted smoothie thinking it'll be mostly mango, kiwi, and banana, only to learn, oops, all apple. Which is crazy, because for some people, like the host of Game Theory, Tom, who are allergic to apples, not knowing whether something contains them.
Imagine being nerfed that bad, you can't eat fucking apples.
Hey, Tom,
that's just fucking crazy.
Know if you wanted to grab juice together after work. Smiley emoji with halo, love, Santi. Where was I? Oh, right, apple juice. So far, we figured out why apples are chosen as the secret ingredient: cost. We also know why it works. Our taste buds are easily fooled. But at the core of this apple mystery, there's a secret third reason for this apple juicification of our drinks that is part of a wider campaign to lie even more about what's in our juices. Again, let's look at apple juice for a second. Besides being sweet, apples have a very distinct sour flavor. This is caused by the compound malic acid, and we humans love sweet and sour. Your boy is personally a fan of that sweet and sour pork, you know what I'm saying? But having a sick balance of sweet and sour isn't just a goated flavor combination, it's a Trojan horse. Turns out when something tastes sour, it tends to mask how sweet it actually is. If you get a glass of water and add table sugar, it'll become less palatable. But if you add a drop of lemon juice, it becomes yummy. The sourness makes it more palatable and allows you to add more sugar than you can handle. The point being, the fact that apple juice is really sour allows them to add more and more sweetness to the juice than you might otherwise want. Well, I say add sweetness, but of course, most of these juices tout that they have, quote, no added sugar. That makes it sound healthy, but of course, fruit has plenty of sugar on its own. I mean, we all intuitively know that fruits and fruit juice are gonna have sugar in them. Heck, that's why they taste so good. But just how much sugar is there? Well, let's play a game, shall we? Here are 2 nutrition labels. One is for a 16-ounce can of Coca-Cola, and the other a 15.2-ounce bottle of Naked Superfood Machine Juice Smoothie. Whew, that's a mouthful. But which is which? Obviously, the Coke is the one with more calories. Yeah, I'm sure that's not too much of a shocker. But the fact that these two are close should definitely turn some heads. And guess what else? I lied! The higher calorie drink is the Naked Juice. That's right, not only does this juice have more calories than a larger can of Coke, but it also has more sugar. And that's not entirely surprising because it takes 3 medium apples to make a glass of apple juice, the primary ingredient in Naked. And 3 apples also happen to have, get this, 57 grams of sugar. Now, normally when you eat the apple itself, your body doesn't take in all the sugar at once because the fiber and other nutrients slow that process down. But as a juice, that sugar gets absorbed much more quickly. An apple a day may keep the doctor away, but certainly not the dentist. And that's sort of the problem. We've been tricked by Big Juice to think that, oh, juice is healthy, it's natural, don't worry, we don't add any sugar. There's already enough in there already. And the plot grows even thicker, because by not adding sugar, all these juice companies are able to get around sugary drink taxes that are meant to curb excess sugar consumption. If they were taxed like their competitors, data shows people would drink less. And that's probably for the best. I mean, to be fair, Coke is more acidic and obviously higher in sodium, and the Naked has much more protein, vitamins, and minerals. But just because it has no added sugar doesn't make it healthy. That's probably why Naked ended up being sued for misleading health claims back in 2016. That's also probably why regulatory bodies like the UK's National Health Service recommend that people drink no more than 150 milliliters, around 5 fluid ounces, of fruit juice per day. I started this investigation just trying to find out why everything was apple juice. But in the end, what we should end up asking ourselves is, why juice at all? But hey, that's just a theory. A food theory. Buen provecho. And hey,
What the fuck? And I ain't gonna lie. It was like a short video. One, two. What was the fucking conspiracy? Like, just why is apple juice in other drinks? You answer that pretty quickly. It's just fucking cheap. You know what I'm saying? And like for businesses, they just saving money and shit, really. But like, I ain't gonna lie, man. These theory channels fell off since MatPat done got off. Man, they don't fell off. I ain't gonna lie, man. But you know what I'm saying? If you found this interesting, you know what I'm saying, learn something new. You know what I'm saying? I learned a little something new. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know it's that easy to fool our taste buds for real. You know what I'm saying? I did not know that shit. But you know, if you found this interesting, you know what I'm saying, subscribe, like the video. You know what I'm saying? Gonna have some good content coming on the way, man. Just give me some time. Just give me some time. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? The people taking extra long to deliver this PC, man. It's not my fault. But you know what I'm saying? Hopefully, until next time, chat. You feel me?